Good morning. Today we will discuss transient response analysis. The time response of a control system consists of two parts. First is transient response. So from initial state to the final state, the purpose of control systems is to provide a desired response. And second is steady state response, the manner in which a system output behaves as t approaches to infinity. That is, the error after the transient response has decayed, leaving only the continuous response. So transient response is the part of the total output which cannot be separated out, and hence to analyze it, it is necessary to calculate total output CT for the applied input. So this contains steady state value along with transient response. So from the expression of CT, only a transient response CT of T can be analyzed. So you can see in a diagram. So, total response, that is the addition of transient response and the steady state response. So that transient response that may be exponential or oscillatory. So to find out transient response, you have to calculate the total output, that is CT, for the applied input. So the time response of a system is the output response of the system as a function of t. So transient response, so the time response of a control system is usually divided into two parts, transient response and the steady state response. So C of t is equal to Ct of t plus Css of t. So Ct denotes the time response of a continuous data system, and Ct that is divided into two parts. First, Ct of t, that is a transient response, and Css of t, it is a steady state response. So transient response is defined as that part of the time response that goes to zero as time tends to infinity. So limit t tends to infinity, Ct of t is equal to 0. Now method to determine total output Ct. So to determine or to analyze transient response, we have to find out the total output Ct. So first step, that determine a closed loop transfer function of the system, that is Cs upon Rs. So Cs upon Rs, that will be equal to Gs upon 1 plus or minus Gs Hs. So transfer function is an important mathematical model for the LTI system. Second, find the expression for Rs from the information of reference input RT to be applied to the system. So we have to decide the input, that is RT, that is applied, and we have to take the Laplace of that input. Then substitute Rs in the closed loop transfer function to obtain expression for Cs. You have to put the value of Rs. Then take Laplace inverse of Cs by using partial fraction method to obtain total Ct of the system to the applied input RT. So as Ct is equal to Css plus Ct of t. The transient output can be studied from the above expression. The transient response may be exponential or oscillatory in nature. So taking limit t tends to infinity of Ct that we have seen here. So taking limit of t tends to infinity of Ct, the final steady state value Css of the output also can be obtained. Now analysis of first order system for step input. So consider a first order system as shown. The transfer function 1 upon Ts, it is given. So here Gs is equal to 1 upon Ts and Hs equal to 1, that is unity feedback. So find out Cs upon Rs. So that will be equal to G upon 1 plus Gh. That is the value of Cs upon Rs. That will be equal to After simplification, we will get 1 upon 1 plus Ts. Now Cs equal to, so put the value of Rs, that is 1 upon S, that is a input, reference input. So that is 1 upon S. So put in that expression. Now using partial fraction, so Cs equal to A upon S plus B upon S plus 1 upon T. So after solving, we will get the value of A equal to 1 and B equal to minus 1. So so that is for step input, that value 1 upon S. Now we will get Cs equal to 1 upon 1 plus Ts into 1 upon S. So here it is, that value Cs equal to 1 upon S minus 1 upon S plus 1 upon T. So from this, so A equal to 1 and B equal to minus 1. So you have to put the value of A and B in a top expression, that is Cs equal to 1 upon, after partial fraction, we get the expression Cs equal to A upon S plus B upon S plus 1 upon T. So put the value of A and B, A is equal to 1 and B equal to minus 1 in this expression. So you will get Cs equal to 1 upon S minus 1 upon S plus 1 upon T. Now take the inverse Laplace transform. So you will get Ct. So final value that you will get for total output Ct equal to 1 minus e raised to minus 1 upon T into T. So that is a first order system for step input. So this is the analysis or the output, total output for the first order system you will get for the step input. So this is the formula. So time constant, the value of Ct equal to 1 only at t equal to infinity. Practically the value of Ct is within 5% of the final value at t equal to 3t and within 2% at t equal to 4t. So in practice, t equal to 3t or 4t may be taken as steady state. Now what is damping? So every system has a tendency to oppose the oscillatory behavior of the system, which is known as damping. Now damping factor, so that is zeta, damping factor. The damping in any system is measured by a factor or ratio which is known as damping ratio. So it is denoted by zeta. Then analysis of the second order system. So every practical system takes finite time to reach to its steady state, and during this period it oscillates or increases exponentially. Every system has a tendency to oppose the oscillatory behavior of the system, which is called as damping. So this tendency controls the type of closed loop poles which decides the behavior of the system and hence the nature of the response. So this damping is measured by a factor or a ratio called as damping ratio of the system. In some systems, damping ratio will be low. That case, system will oscillate slowly. In some cases, ratio will be high. The system will not oscillate. Takes long time to reach the steady state. So this ratio, that is damping ratio explaining such behavior, is denoted by a Greek symbol that is called a zeta. So as we have seen here, that is a damping factor, zeta. As this measures the opposition by the system to the oscillatory behavior if it is made 0. So zeta equal to 0, system will oscillate with maximum frequency. Hence, this frequency of oscillation under zeta equal to 0 condition is called natural frequency of oscillations of the system, and it is denoted by the symbol omega n, radian per second. Now for a second order system, The denominator of a closed loop transfer function is quadratic, and the coefficients of this equation are directly related to zeta and omega n as shown. Now consider a second order system as shown, that is gs equal to omega n square upon s into bracket s plus 2 zeta omega n, and hs it is a unity feedback, so it is value of unity feedback, it is 1. So cs upon rs equal to g upon 1 plus gh, that will be equal to omega n square upon s plus 2 zeta omega n, that is a value of gs upon 1 plus gh. So after simplification you will get omega n square upon s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So that is the value of cs upon rs. Now this is a standard form of a closed loop transfer function. So these poles of transfer function are given by, so you can find out the roots of that denominator. You will get minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n under root zeta square minus n. So these are the roots of these poles. The poles are first real or unequal if under root zeta square minus 1 it is greater than 0, that is zeta is greater than 1, they lie on a real axis and distinct. Second case, real and equal if under root zeta square minus 1 equal to 0, that is zeta equal to 1, they are repeated on a real axis. And complex if under root zeta square minus 1 is less than 0, that is zeta is less than 1, poles are in second and third quadrant. Now we will see the effect of zeta on SOS or the second order system performance. Now when zeta, it is value of zeta, it is in between 0 to 1. 0 to 1. This response is oscillatory but decreasing amplitude. It is called as damp oscillations, and the frequency of such oscillations is called as damp frequency of oscillations. As damping is not sufficient, it is called underdamped system. So this system, it is a underdamped. When the value of zeta it is in between 0 to 1, the system it is called the underdamped system. Next is zeta equal to 1. So zeta equal to 1 in comparison with overdamped case, settling time required for this case is less, called as critically damped. So zeta equal to 1, that system it is called critically damped system. Then zeta is greater than 1. The output is pure exponential. This means damping is so high that there are no oscillations in the output. So such systems are called overdamped systems. Then zeta equal to 0, the response is purely oscillatory, oscillating with constant frequency and amplitude. System oscillates freely and naturally, hence this frequency is called as natural frequency of oscillations, denoted by omega n radian per second. The system is called undamped systems. So these systems it is called undamped systems. Then zeta is in between 0 to minus 1. So amplitude of this oscillations it is increasing. So that response it is shown here. Then zeta equal to minus 1, the response it is shown, and zeta is less than minus 1, the response, that is step response, that is shown, or the total response it is shown. So this is the time response specifications. So here the different terms that are used. that is peak overshoot, that is MP. Then CT, it is a total output. Then at the bottom there is a TS. TS means it is a settling time of the transient response. Then the TP means peak time. Then the TR means it is a rise time, and TD, it is a delay time. So this is the analysis of transient response. So all the terms that are shown, and that we have to find out all the values of that elements of the transient response. So first is delay time, that is TD. So TD, it is the time required for the response to reach 50% of the final value in a first attempt. So it is given by TD equal to 1 plus 0.7 zeta upon omega 1. After finding out the values of zeta and omega n, you can find out the delay time, that is TD. So here it is the TD that you can see at the bottom, that is the value of TD. Then rise time, TR. So it is the time required for the response to rise from 10% to 90% of the final value for overdamped systems, and 0 to 100% of the final value for underdamped systems. The rise time is reciprocal of the slope of the response at the instant the response is equal to 50% of the final value. So TR equal to pi minus beta upon omega d. It is seconds, where beta must be in radians. So value of beta equal to tan inverse under root 1 minus zeta square upon zeta, and omega d is equal to omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. So you will get the rise time TR. So here you can see at the bottom there is a TR, that is a rise time. Then the peak overshoot, that is MP. So it is the largest error between the reference input and the output during the transient period. So it also can be defined as the amount by which output overshoots its reference steady state value during the first overshoot. So formula for MP, that is percentage MP, is equal to E raised to minus zeta pi upon 1 upon under root 1 minus zeta square into 100. That is the formula to find out peak overshoot, that is MP. Then the peak time. So it is the time required for the response to reach its peak value. So it is also defined as the time at which response undergoes the first overshoot, which is always peak overshoot. So the formula it is given TP equal to pi upon omega d. So omega d is equal to omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. Then settling time, TS. So this is defined as the time required for the response to decrease and stay within specified percentage of its final value within tolerance band. So the formula it is given TS equal to 4 into T, that will be equal to 4 upon zeta omega n. So some examples that are given here. A unity feedback has the transfer function GS, it is given, and if a step input is given, calculate damping ratio, overshoot and settling time. So GS it is given 16 upon S into bracket S plus pi U, and it is a unity feedback, so HS equal to 1. So find out CS upon RS, that will be equal to, after simplification you will get 16 upon S square plus 5S plus 16. So compare closed loop transfer function with standard form of a second order system. So we have already seen in a previous slides. So this is a standard form. So omega n square upon S square plus 2 zeta omega n S plus omega n square. So it is underlined by red color, that is the middle term, and the last term, that is by black color. So you have to compare this standard form of second order system with this CS upon RS, that is for the given transfer function. So it means compare denominators of both. So natural frequency omega n square, that will be equal to 16. So we can find out the value of omega n, that is equal to 4 radian per second. Now find out damping ratio, that is the middle term, that is 2 zeta omega n s is equal to 5s. So damping ratio zeta is equal to, after simplification you will get 0.625. Now settling time, the formula that we know, Ts equal to 4 upon zeta omega n. After that you will get 1.6 second. So these are the different transient analysis elements that you can find out by using these relations. Now overshoot, that is percentage MP, the formula it is given. After putting the values you will get percentage MP. MP means it is a peak overshoot. It is 8.08%. Second example, the unity feedback system has the transfer function is given 100 upon s into bracket s plus 5, and if it is subjected to unit step input, determine damp frequency of oscillations, time for first overshoot, settling time, and maximum peak overshoot. So the steps are same. GS is given, HS is 1. So find out CS upon RS equal to G upon 1 plus GS, that is a standard formula. You have to put the value of that transfer function. After simplification you will get 100 upon s square plus 5s plus 100. Now you have to compare closed loop transfer function with standard form of second order system. Standard form, it is given on a left hand side, and this transfer function, closed loop transfer function, it is on a right hand side. So you have to compare. So compare denominators of both. So natural frequency omega n square equal to 100. So omega n equal to 10 radian per second. Now damping ratio 2 zeta omega n s equal to 5s. So this middle term of both the equations. So middle term of both the expressions that we have to compare. So zeta equal to 0.25. Now damp frequency of oscillations, that is omega d, that is a damp frequency of oscillations. Formula is omega d equal to omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. Therefore omega d, after simplification you will get 9.68 radian per second. Now time for first overshoot, that is peak time, that is TP, that you have to find out. You know the formula, TP equal to pi upon omega d. You will get 0.324 second. And settling time, that is Ts equal to 4t, you will get 1.6 seconds. So you have to do the calculation for this to get the answers. Then find out maximum peak overshoot, that is percentage MP. After putting the values of zeta and other values, you will get percentage MP equal to 44.48%, that is peak overshoot. So it is the largest error between reference input and the output during the transient period. So it is a 44.48%. So this is regarding the transient response analysis. Thank you.